Hey, Fat.
Collective.
It's your girl, Fat K,
And I'm Maya Nicole, and you're on the line.
with the Fat Girls. Hey,
Yay!
guys. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
This is episode 4. Ooh,
Yes, we in it, we in it.
we really are.
Deep.
For real. All right, y'all. So, like we always do, let's start off with the QOD, the question of the day. Today's question is, what's one part of yourself you've gained through motherhood? And what's one part of yourself that you're still trying to rediscover? You want to go first, Maya?
Yeah, so for me, just to put it out there, my perspective is gonna be a little different because
Yeah.
I'm a stepmom, so I have a bonus daughter and she's 7, and this is a recent addition to my life.
Yeah.
So in my experience, I would say like the one thing I've discovered about myself is just that like I'm so willing to learn things and willing to adapt and adjust.
Hmm.
Um, I always kind of figured like I'd run a kind of strict program when it came to like
Yeah.
parenting, but
Yeah.
I don't know, with her it's just like I have, times where I have to be strict and stuff, but then there's
Hmm.
times where I'm just kind of like I have to realize she has multiple households and every household has different
Yeah.
rules and different beliefs and morals and just how they do things. And so like I've had to really learn to adjust to that and just be willing to um show up for her the best that I can while still like kind of upholding my personal beliefs. And so
Yeah.
that's been just being flexible, I guess that's the best way to describe it,
Yeah.
being flexible. And I'm really
Yeah.
surprised by my ability to do that sometimes.
Girl.
And one thing that I have, or I'm still discovering, um, I would say just like being patient, which is so weird because
Hmm.
I'm a very patient person, like in my career,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And even personally, like I tend to not really like overreact about things, but for some reason, like I find myself getting overstimulated and then I
Hmm.
just kind of like lose my patience, not on her, but just in general, like I get a headache, I'm like my eyes are
Yeah.
hurting, I'm overwhelmed. So like just kind of pacing myself and having patience when it comes to spending time with her and being
Yeah.
able to be fully present,
Hmm.
and not let being overstimulated kind of wipe me out, So,
Yeah. And that's
yeah.
hard. Whether you're a bonus mom or a birth mom, like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. As you guys know, I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a girl. And I started being a mom at 16, and now I'm 30, and I just started over with my daughter. And so I have
Yeah.
multiple perspectives that I'll be talking about today while we're on the line. But I think one thing that I gained through this experience is, like you said, learning patience. I think that prior to becoming a mom, I wasn't very patient. Like I wanted things my way or the highway. And being a parent
Hmm.
has humbled me in that sense of like things aren't
Yeah.
gonna work out the way you think it's gonna work out, babe. Like the type
Right.
of mom I thought I was gonna be before I had kids compared to who I am now, totally two different people, right?
Right.
And then also something that I feel like I'm rediscovering is my sense of identity. I think that because I started kids so early that I just fell into being a mom and being a partner, a caregiver, all the titles, that we have as women.
Yeah.
And I lost myself really bad for like 11 years. It was bad.
Mm.
And so that's probably why, like, you guys are looking at me like, okay, so confident. Like, girl, it was a struggle
You're
to get
right.
here.
To get
Okay. Like,
here.
I
Yeah.
had to learn who Kay was again outside of being a mom, outside of
Right.
being a partner, a caregiver. Like, I had to learn what are the things that I like to do, not just the things I say I like to do because my kids like to do them or my partner likes to do them. And so that's something that I'm still rediscovering is just my identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Maya, do you
I
want to
love
tell them
that.
what's on the line for today?
Yes. So, what is on the line? We're going to be talking about mom guilt and how do you have self-care and kind of pour into yourself and not feel guilty for doing it.
Hmm.
We're also going to be talking about being able to balance your dreams while parenting and show up for yourself and your future and who you want to
Yeah.
be. And also just your identity after becoming a mom and how to stay true to yourself and not lose
Hmm.
yourself in the process of being a parent. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited to dive into this, especially because I have
Me
like
too.
I need to learn. I have a
Girl,
new
I'm still
perspective.
learning. Like I've been a mom for 13 years and every day is
Yeah,
something new. I'm learning something new. So make sure you guys
exactly.
get your popcorn, get a drink, grab babe or whoever
Yes,
you sit
let's
with, and
go.
let's get on the line right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start off first with mom guilt and self-care. And so something
Mm.
that I wrote down that I wanted to remember was that your kids don't need a perfect mom, they need a present one. Okay? Because
Mm.
sometimes because I'm a perfectionist, sometimes I'm like and I'm trying to stop generational trauma and curses, living in foster care, I'm trying to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm not being the same as my family was to my children. And so there are days that like I have to remind myself like I blew up today. Oh my God, I feel like shit and I start overthinking and feeling crappy. But I'm just like, but I went back and I apologized. When did
Right.
our parents do that? Like
Right.
give
Yeah.
yourself grace. Like you're gonna mess up. You're gonna have days where you're just not feeling like it. And that's
Yeah.
okay. Like realizing that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to show up 100% every single day. As long as you're showing up and you're being kind to your children and you're not taking your anger out on them, I feel like that's a win, in my
Yes,
opinion.
absolutely.
Okay, if you would have asked me a few years ago, I probably would have said so much more. But now that I'm a seasoned mom, look, I didn't cut you out today.
Right,
That's a win.
right, right. And
That's
I
a
feel like
win.
I'm struggling in that area sometimes because
Yeah.
I I am so new to it that I'm just like I don't want to mess up. I don't want to have a like I don't want to
Yeah.
make her sad. I don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong
Girl,
thing.
you're going
And
to.
like, girl, I've had to kind of realize like the fact I'm in her life and I openly welcome her and love her like she's my own, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
present and I show up as much as I can. Like I gotta give myself credit for that. That's hard to
Yeah.
do, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that. When the stepchildren are involved,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of like, oh, well, that's not my kid. I'm gonna feed mine, but not yours.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I feel like I would never in my ever do that. Like I just
Mm-hmm.
could not bring myself to be that way. And
Yeah.
so I'm definitely learning that, and I. That's why girl, y'all gonna know. I be leaning on her. I
Girl.
be calling her. I be like,
Girl.
hey, what do I do?
It be hard. It be hard. And sometimes
Yeah.
I be like, I don't know, bitch, chat GPT, because I don't know.
Right,
I don't know, girl.
right,
Look on TikTok. There's a lot of influencer moms. I
right.
don't fucking know.
Exactly.
Pray about it. Ask Jesus.
Yeah,
He
we
got
all
you.
learning. We get in there.
No, for
But we do the
real.
best we can and we show up the best we can.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that for me, another part of it with the mom guilt part of like self-care, like society
Mm.
kind of praises the moms that do it all, right? That like don't need a
Mm-hmm.
break and don't go out
Yeah,
with their friends and don't have a life. Fuck that. Okay, those are NPC
exactly.
moms. Cause
Right,
bitch, what do you
NPC.
mean? Like, what do you mean
Yeah,
you never like okay, for me,
exactly.
I obviously I don't have family or friends that I allow people to watch my kids, right? So it is just me. And so I have been watching my kids since they came out of me, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
so it is hard. I'm not saying it's not hard. Girl, I have days where I'm like,
Right.
that fire station is looking real nice. Okay. Like, is it only
Right.
babies that they take? Do they take 13-year-olds? Because, girl, there are days where I'm just like, pack your shit. You
Yeah.
got to go. But
Right.
at the same time, it's like, I have to prioritize myself. Like there's
Yes,
days where I
yes.
have to tell my kids like I have a content room in my house and I have to tell my kids like mommy is going in her room. I don't want to be disturbed. I bought a lock for this door. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I didn't have a lock, you can ask my we be on FaceTime, they just barge in.
Oh
They're
yeah.
kids. And it's a good
Yeah.
healthy sign that you're being a good mom. Yes. But that doesn't negate the fact that like damn, I want some privacy sometimes. Sometimes I want to be by
Yeah.
myself. Sometimes I want to have adult conversations without children listening ears. You know what I mean? And so don't feel guilty for taking your space, especially within your household. How much rent we pay?
Right. This is my
Girl,
house.
this is my house.
Y'all
Like, what do
gotta
you mean?
move
Like,
on somewhere.
yes, like it's okay to put them kids
Yeah.
in a living room or go
They are
outside.
safe and
Go
taken care
outside.
of. Yep.
Exactly. Like it don't feel guilty about it because at first I did. I felt guilty for even having a content room because I was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
this could be another room for them." And I'm like, "Girl, my whole life has been for them."
Right.
Like,
Right. Like
girl, let me take
what's
a
in it
couple
for
years back.
me?
Like, it's
Yeah.
fine. What about you?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like I was in a very similar situation. We
Yeah.
recently moved and I was juggling between do I give myself a gaming room? Do I give her a full
Yeah.
bedroom? Because in our past apartment, I had moved into that apartment not knowing that I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
get married and have a child in there. And so I was just kind of like, okay, this was my space and I was struggling with that decision on just how I
Yeah.
should do it with the new move. And ultimately I decided, no, like I'm just gonna give her her own space.
Yeah.
Um, because I think I don't know, it was one of those things where I know that it's my house and I know that like I have other spaces in my house that I could use. And also, I mean, y'all think my bedroom's pink? We think my room is pink.
Yeah.
No, I use her room when she's, not here because we don't have her full time. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like it worked out. I was able to find that compromise and that balance
Yeah,
to
that
where like
balance.
I still can prioritize myself. I still can use my spaces when I
Hmm.
want to and how I want to, but I was still able to make her feel comfortable as well. And I think that's really what it comes down to is like being able to choose yourself and not feel guilty
Yes.
and also understand that like I mean, like I don't know, it's all of y'all house, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you all
I
live
think,
in that space and you all need like sometimes it will just look different. Like some people do have
yeah,
full rooms to themselves, some people don't. But it's just
that's what
about
I was
like
gonna
when
say
she's
too.
here, she knows like if I'm in here filming and it's my time, and she respects that even though it is her bedroom.
Hmm.
She knows, yeah, you can share the space with me. And so I
Yeah.
think yeah, I don't
I
think
think
we
that's
should be
something that I wanted
praising.
to add
Oh,
before we like
sorry.
move on. No, it's okay. I was just gonna say before I forget, girl, the ADHD. I was
Yeah.
gonna say also like don't compare yourself to other moms too. I think that's
Yeah.
one point I wanted to say too is like just because it works for me and my kids doesn't automatically mean it's gonna work for you and your kids. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
especially when you get on
exactly.
socials, like these fucking influencer moms, like I'm telling you, like they're not real moms. I don't care what nobody says. Like it's so
Right.
unrealistic. They have a lot of help. They have nannies. They have chefs. They have husbands. Like they have all this family and support. And so how dare you
Mm-hmm.
compare yourself, right, to them when you
Yeah,
don't have the same resources? Like what the hell? Like they're not gonna like
exactly.
it's just I hate that. Like don't do that because I've been there and I've done that too. And I feel like, oh my God, am I not being a good mom? Am I? And then all the doubt and the self like negative talk starts, and then you're just gonna feel shitty as a mom. And really, you're doing a great fucking job, babe. Like
Yeah.
kudos to you,
Yeah.
okay? Because these men
Yeah.
are able to leave and there's no fucking problem, okay? And women,
Right.
society doesn't allow us to do that. So the
Nope.
fact that you're staying
Yeah.
is enough, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we should be praising anybody
Yeah,
on social media because a lot of it is so performative and
it is.
ultimately like you said it comes down to what works for your family, what kind of parent do
Exactly.
you want to be, and there's no good or well there are certain things that are bad,
Girl, there
but you
is.
know what I'm saying, like
My
there's
mom
no
exhibit
like
one.
girl.
Girl.
I don't think when it comes to some of these like you guys have to do this or mom has and whatever,
Yeah,
do what works for you as long as it's
exactly.
healthy for you and your child.
And I feel like that goes perfectly into our fat collective check-in. And so these are the moments within the episode that I want to make sure that we're asking you guys stuff in the comments because y'all don't
Yeah,
want to just hear me and Maya. Yeah, we want to hear you too, okay?
exactly.
And so the fat collective check question is when was the last time you chose yourself without feeling guilty and what did you
Mm,
do? Okay, let us know
yeah,
down in
let
the
us
comments
know.
because there should not be any guilt for choosing yourself. There's no reason why you
No,
can't be selfish as a mother, okay? There's negative selfishness and there's positive.
yeah,
Utilize that
absolutely.
shit, baby, okay?
Yes, yes. So now it's time to jump into a little game, and today's game we're going to be playing is Screenshot Court. And so this is gonna be fun because one of us gets to be wait, what are they called? The defendant, the prosecution? Yeah, y'all know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I don't
We're
but
gonna
one of us,
debate, which is something
yeah,
I love to do.
yeah.
Okay, so Maya's gonna have her stance, I'll have my stance, and then you will have your stance in the audience. We're breaking the third wall, babe.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So y'all
All
better
right.
get engaged. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read two scenarios, and then
Okay.
after each one, we'll have time to defend or disagree with it. So,
Perfect.
situation one. Sarah is a stay-at-home mom of three young children. She hasn't had a weekend to herself in over 4 years. Her best friend invites her on a girls' weekend getaway, and she's been dreaming about it. The trip falls on the same weekend as her 7-year-old's championship soccer tournament.
Mm,
So her husband says, "It's okay, I'll handle everything. You just go and enjoy yourself." But Sarah knows that her child really wants her to be there. So she decides to go on the trip anyways. And she posts photos of herself relaxing at the spa, laughing with her friends. And some people started calling her selfish, saying that you only get so many championship games with your child, while others called her arrested or said that a rested and happy mother is better than a burned out one. So,
mm,
if you guys agree, you're going to drop a green emoji in the chat. If you
mm.
disagree, you're going to drop a red emoji in the chat. And now it's our turn to kind of battle it
Yeah.
out. So for
What do you
me
think, Maya?
personally, I agree because I think okay, well there's more that goes into it, but overall I agree because I feel like you have to pour into yourself to show up for your children. It's a
Hmm.
lot to take care of children. And if you don't give yourself time to rest and rejuvenate, like, how are you going to be able to attend future games? How are you going to be able
Hmm.
to keep showing up for your child if you're constantly choosing them and their events over your events? And then she
True.
said she hasn't been out in 4 years. Four
True.
years is a very long time. In that 4 years, she probably attended so many events already, so many things with her child.
Yeah.
I feel like every now and then there just has to be a time where somebody gotta be prioritized over the other person. And I feel like
Yeah.
after 4 years of prioritizing your child, girl, you deserve a weekend with your girls.
That
So
part.
what do you think, Kay?
I think I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit,
Okay,
right? And
okay.
so I think for me, yes, she needs to prioritize herself, especially after
Mm,
4 years. Girl, why'd you let her get this bad, right? But I get it, life be
okay.
life and shit be happening. But
Yeah.
I also feel kind of bad because like it was a championship. And I know for boys, like, yes, they're happy that their dad is there, but I know that he was looking for his mom in the crowd. You know what I mean? And I feel like if
Yeah.
this was a trip that you're doing with your homegirls, like, why couldn't you guys plan it a day after or the day before? Like, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay,
Like,
okay.
just a couple of days would have made a difference, girl. Like,
Right.
you could have still, right, had your cake and eat it too. I feel like she should have went to the
Mm.
game still and moved the trip a couple of days after or before. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, okay? Because I've been that kid, that didn't have nobody
Yeah.
showing up. And so it's just like kudos to her husband though. You know what I mean? He was definitely on her side and I love that because not a lot of husbands are like that. They will try to guilt trip you too into
Hmm.
being like, "Oh no, you need to stay." That's him being selfish, mama. Do not listen to him, okay?
Right.
Like no, he is a parent just like you. So I'm happy that in this instance the husband did the right thing.
I like that take. Okay, I like
Yeah.
that take. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, situation two.
Mhm.
So, after becoming a mom, Jasmine quit her job and spent 6 years focused entirely on raising her children. Lately, she realized that she's feeling kind of lost and she no longer knows who she is outside of being a mom. When
Yeah.
she was offered the chance to start a small business, she threw herself into it. She works evenings and the weekends, hires a babysitter, even when she's home, and misses bedtime a few nights each week. Her kids are safe, loved, and cared for, but they started saying things like, Mom, you're always working. Family members tell her that she's becoming too focused on herself and that she
Mm.
should wait until her children are older before chasing her dreams. But Jasmine
Mm.
believes she's finally becoming herself again. Again, if y'all agree, green chat or green comments. If you
Yeah.
disagree, red emojis in the comments. So, Kay, I'll let you start this one.
I feel like did she have a partner?
Mm, I
No, huh?
don't
I didn't
think
say anything,
so.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then how old were her kids?
It doesn't say.
I thought it said for 4 years or something, or 6 years. What did it say?
That it says she spent 6 years focused on raising them. So
Okay, so let's just
maybe.
say they're six. Let's say
Right.
that, right? And so, this one's a hard one because it's like I do agree that like she should be putting herself first and she should be having a small business. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I also feel like for I would say if she doesn't have a husband and it's just her, right? She's a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe she can utilize her inner circle, her support to be around
Mm,
more with the kids on the days that she can't. So at least the children still feel like her presence is still there through her family. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, but I also feel like, damn girl, like they're only little for so long. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that for me, like, yes, I worked. I was a working mom too when my kids were little, but at the end of the day, like most of my work was remote, so I was still able to be around. And then if it
Yeah.
wasn't remote, they had their dad. So like I said, like we can FaceTime. I can come by during my lunch. Like there's little things you could do, to
Mm-hmm.
still be present in your child's life, even though you're a working mom. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
have to just be away Monday through Friday the whole entire time. Like you make time for what you want to make time for. So I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like I'm with it, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I would make adjustments for sure. for sure.
Yeah,
What
and
about
that's what
you?
I
What do you
was gonna
think?
say. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I was gonna take a little bit different of a stance, and
Yeah.
more so, I agree with her chasing her dreams, but I do
Yeah.
think there needs to be some adjustments. And why I say that is because I am a firm believer that like when creativity strikes, you need to act right then and there. Like if you get
For
an
sure.
idea and it's like, I cannot let this pass me by right now, like you need to take
Yeah.
action, but I would say, like you were saying, there needs to be more of a balance and she needs to tweak some things in the sense of, maybe prioritize, like reconfiguring her schedule, finding time, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
these 4 hours are for the kids, and then I have the rest of the evening for my business. I think she could go about it differently, especially
Yeah.
if it's starting to come to a point where her kids are saying something to her. Then I think, there needs to be a little bit
Yeah.
of like tweaking communication
Some
with the
compromise.
children,
Yeah.
compromise, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like when you're
also
at home,
she,
are you being intentive, like being
yeah,
intentional with your time
exactly,
with them? Or are you just still on your phone,
exactly.
still being doing business?
Working,
Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, are you leaving business at business and having home at home, you know?
yeah,
Because that's really
exactly,
hard. I struggled with that for a really long time, so it's hard.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all let
Right.
us know. What do you think of these scenarios? What would you do? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Now that we played a little game and we talked about scenarios, I think this is a really good time to dive into balancing dreams and parenting at the same time.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
so, the first thing that we kind of want to talk about is whether or not like dreams have an expiration date, right?
Mm.
So it's kind of funny because I not just say like, oh, if you get the idea, do it now. But
Yeah.
I think it just depends, on what your dreams are. Like, there's some
Hmm.
things you work on steadily throughout your life, and there's some things that you kind of need to like act on now. Like this is an immediate
Yeah.
goal or dream of mine. Um,
Yeah.
in my experience, like where I'm currently at, a lot of my dreams are more long-term dreams. So it's
Hmm.
things that like I don't really have to choose that over, my stepdaughter right
Hmm.
now. But I believe like, when if it gets to that point or I do have like, immediate goals that I need to attend to and
Yeah.
stuff, I think it's just the most important thing is to have like a healthy balance and have boundaries and also have like a conversation with my stepdaughter and let her know like,
Hmm.
on a child level, of course, they don't need to know all your business. Stop telling
Yeah.
your kids your business.
Yeah.
But I could let her know, hey, if I'm on the computer a little bit more, than usual, it's because I'm doing schoolwork, like I'm going back to school,
Hmm.
it's okay to have those conversations and to let
Yeah.
your kids know what's going on in your life. But also don't let your dreams get in the way of being a
Hmm.
parent and showing up.
Yeah. I think I have a little bit of an opposite take. I do let my kids be in my
Mm,
business. I do.
period.
I do.
Period.
Because eventually they're going to be adults. And I'm trying
Mm,
to teach them what real life really looks like. I don't believe in like hiding certain things or stay in a
yeah.
child's place. Like the certain things, yes.
Yeah,
But when it
yeah.
comes to my career and even content creation, the pod, my community that I'm building, Fat Girls, like all of that stuff, I
Hmm.
talk to them about it constantly. I let them know. Just like I call this my content room, so do everybody else in my house because they know mom's a content creator. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
they know that I also have background in foster care and in being in advocacy. Like all the jobs I've ever had, like they know about it because I want them to know that like this is what I'm doing and this is what's pushing mommy to be able to get the money that we have or go places
Yeah.
that we go because I want them to identify like hard work is what is fueling it. It's not like we are just magically
Right.
getting money. It's not we're magically being able to do these things. Like, no, I need you to see how hard it is because I believe in
Hmm.
installing grit into your kids still. Like, I am changing my kids' lives by obviously the whole what's it called? The damn Michaela, what is it called? The generational curses and the trauma and stuff. Yes.
Hmm.
But also I'm changing it because like they're very sheltered, right? Like I literally homeschooled my kids for the first 4 years of their life, right? And so
Yeah.
like I don't want them to be sheltered too much that they don't understand that hard work comes with success. You don't just become
Hmm.
successful because your
Yeah,
mom is
yeah.
successful or because your friend is successful. Like I want them to know that hard work comes with this shit. And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be days like they see me on my days where I have hella content to make, and I'm out there like, oh my God, I'm so over it. I don't want to do this. They're like, I know,
Yeah.
mom, you don't want to, but you got to, you know? And, you
Right.
know, I've changed it too, where they'll ask me, do you have to make content? And I'm like, no, I don't have to. I choose to because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
also opening doors for me that later on down the line is going to equal money. Okay, brands, we
Right.
want to be paid. I'm
Period.
tired of this gifted collaboration. Yes, we love the gifted
Right.
collabs, but where's the money? Okay.
Exactly.
Anyways, I'll digress because I know that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, for me, I definitely do let them be in my business just because I do want them to see real life. Like, this shit's not easy. It's hard. It's
Yeah,
really hard.
it's
And
not.
then that way they don't feel like, oh, my mom's choosing this over me. Like, no, she's doing it for me. You know what I mean? It kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that you say that because I think, there definitely it has to be a balance, like a
Mm-hmm.
balance between sheltering your children but also exposing them to the
Yeah.
right things and teaching them the right things. And so I love that you do have that balance in your
Yeah.
household.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just shows them that like I'm still chasing her dreams. Like I'm 30. I think that's another
Yeah.
thing too, is like a lot of people have this like weird separation with their kids where it's like their child's almost like a slave or beneath them. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Hmm.
oh, they can't know that I haven't made it yet. Why not? Like,
Right. Like show them
why
the steps
not?
to
Like,
getting there,
yes, like it's dope to be able to show your kids like you got to see mommy chase her dreams. You know what I mean? You got to be there at every milestone, every congratulation. Like they really got to go through the walk with you, and I think that's really dope too later on when they become adults. You know what I mean? Like everything
Yeah.
I do now, I think about, okay, from 10 years from now when my kids are grown, how are they going to look at these moments back in their childhood, you know, and be like, "Oh, wow, my mom was resilient. Like she was a hustler. She did what she had to do." Like where do you think those stories come from? It's because we tell our kids what's going on. We let them see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But also, don't put your dreams above your kids. Like, I feel like I had to slide that in too.
Mm.
Like, if anything that I'm currently doing gets in the way of my parenting, then I need to stop. Like, that's the type of
Yeah.
parent I am because I hold being a mom really near and dear to my heart because of the stuff that I've been through. Like, the minute I found out I was going to be a parent, I was like, period, I got to hang it up. Like, you know what I mean? I got to be an adult for real. I got responsibilities, like
Yeah,
Angelica said.
right.
Like,
Right.
you got responsibilities now. Like,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, there will be times where I won't do certain content or I won't take certain jobs or do things because I'm like, no, it does interact with, it interferes with the time I'm having with them or events that they have and stuff like that. You got to find the balance. That's what we keep talking about, the balance. And it's
Balance.
hard.
Hmm.
It's hard as fuck. And you're going to fuck up. Thugs fuck up,
Right.
babe. Like, you're going to fuck up.
Right.
But as long as you're learning from it, that's really all that matters, right? Once you know
Exactly.
better, you do
You
better.
do better.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Right. All right. So that goes perfectly into the fat collective check-in. And so what's one dream that you put on hold because of motherhood? And once one blah blah blah. Let me start it again. That goes perfectly into the fat collective check-in. So what's
Yeah.
one dream you've put on hold because of motherhood? And what's one small
Mm.
step that you could take towards it this week? Okay, being
Ooh,
very
I loved
proactive. Okay.
that. I love
Yes,
that.
because
Yeah.
we always talk about we want to do better. Okay, what are the action
What are you
items?
gonna
Okay,
do?
like
Hmm.
what are you gonna do? Put it on paper, write it down, put it on your fucking desk, on your mirror, whatever it is, so you can see it
Yeah.
in a daily. You know, like seeing it all the
Hmm.
time is a good reminder. Like literally, I just did a whole calendar for my content creation because it's getting a
Oh,
lot, right?
period.
Which is so I'm blessed and I'm happy. But it started getting to a point where I'm starting to feel a little burnt out and a little stressed out. And so I
Yeah.
was like, girl, I got to do something. And so instead of printing it out, putting it on my wall, it's literally my
Hmm.
screensaver for my computer. So that way, every time I sign in, I see it right away. When I'm working, I see it right away. I can check it throughout the day and see, okay, I got to do this today. I got to do that today. Like, there's nothing wrong
Hmm.
with putting it somewhere that you're always at so you can see it. Okay. So, what is something
Yeah.
that you definitely want to accomplish, and how are you going to accomplish that? We want to know down in the comments. Let us know.
Let us
Or
know.
Chismos says, we're nosy. Want to know. And I'm gonna respond. Me and Maya be in the comments,
Yes,
okay?
we be
We
responding.
responding, and we're gonna ask you next week. Hey, girl, how's that going? You said you wanted to run a
Right.
5K, girl. Where did you even
Hmm.
do a mile today? Like
Right.
whatever it is. I
Exactly.
don't know
We're
why
gonna hold
5K
you
came to me,
accountable. We
because bitch, I'm
are.
definitely not running a 5K. I'm
Hmm.
definitely not. I don't know why that came to me, but yes, whatever
Girl,
your goals are,
you
we're gonna check in.
Yeah.
All right, and that goes straight into identity after being a mother. And I kind of mentioned it
Mm.
earlier how I did lose myself a lot with becoming a mom. And that's just because growing up, I only saw a lot of negative ways on how to be a mom, like all the ways I didn't want to be a mom, right? Don't get me
Mm.
wrong, there was a few
Yeah.
things that I saw growing up that I was like, okay, period, I'm gonna do that too when I'm a mom. But because I saw so many negative ways on how not to, it just made me be like a horse with blinders on, right? And I was like, okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
just hone in on just my kids. Like, F the noise, F being a hot
Yeah.
girl, F going outside to the clubs, F all that stuff, right? And I was like, let me just focus on being the best mom that I can be, right? And so I definitely did fuck up along the way. Like I've been
Yeah.
saying, I'm not perfect. But when it comes to finding my identity, like I don't know, I remember one day I just woke up and I looked in the mirror and I was just like, girl, who is this person? What is this life?
Mm-hmm.
And let me paint a picture, right? Because I love telling a good story. And so
Yes.
I was, and this is no shame to my past body or my past self. Let me make sure I'm prefacing that because I don't do that. I'm literally just telling you a story. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this was when I was over 500 pounds. I was in a hoarder house. And my partner at the time was obese as well. And we were just in the thick of it when it came to being parents and life and our financial situation and everything. We are struggling really, really bad. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day I just woke up and I went to go take a shower. And when I got out the shower, like there was a huge mirror in front of our shower. And I just pulled the curtain back and I was like, girl, you don't even look like yourself. Like,
Mm.
when's the last time you put makeup on? When's the last time you did your hair? When's the last time you didn't have a shirt on that had drool all over it, boogers
Mm.
everywhere, like
Yeah.
writings all over the place, right? And then I got out the shower, I sat down, I was more intentional and was like, okay, I'm gonna actually do my skincare. I'm actually gonna brush my hair, actually put product in it, not just put it back in a fucking bun. Let me style it. And I did that for like a good 20, 30 minutes. Mind you, my kids and my partner at the time were asleep. And so I just used that extra time to do it. And after I was done, I was like, wow, like I can be more intentional and do these things. I'm choosing not to,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I had to take accountability for that. It wasn't my situation. Like, yes, my situation played a part in it, but it also was me. I was in my own head and I felt like this is all I deserved. You know what I mean? Because I was so depressed and so sad that I was like, oh, F it. This is just mom life. Ooh, mom life, having so much fun. And it's like,
Right.
no, being a mom is whatever way you want it to be, right? There's no
Mm-hmm.
perfect way to be a mom. And so I had to realize that day, like, girl, get up, start waking up a little bit early before everybody else does. Be intentional with your time, take time for yourself, find out what you like and what you don't like, get hobbies. And so then I started getting hobbies. I started coloring, I started DIYing, I started doing things, I started falling back in love with
Yeah, I
makeup.
love
And
that.
it's just like all the little things. And then that's how I started pouring into my garden. You know what I mean? And now I have a whole fucking garden full of flowers, right? That have grown
Right.
now. But if I didn't take that one step then, I still would be in the mud. Like I really
Right.
would. There
Right.
would have never been grass at all. So just a little story time for you guys. Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
girl, I done been through some
Right.
shit. Okay.
Girl, for real. But I love that you've navigated it, and
Yeah.
you found yourself again because we all gonna lose ourselves, whether it's
Hmm.
to parenting or something else. But
Yeah.
it's about how are you going to recognize yourself through all the mess and kind of
Yeah.
come back and get back to being that person. And
Yeah.
for me, I kind of want to take a little bit of a different perspective
Yeah.
on this one, in this sense of like, so I went through a difficult situation growing up where I had to
Hmm.
step up and be mom, essentially.
Mm. Hmm.
And so
Girl,
I
same.
would say that was the time where I most felt like I lost myself because for
Mm.
those years of my life where I had to play mother at a very, very young age, um, I didn't like there was no room for me to be a teenager. There was no room for me to go to events
Yeah.
and spend time with friends. And so like, everything just became, okay, I gotta do my homework, cook dinner, wash laundry, get my sisters to sleep, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so at that time, like I thought that was who I was, and
Yeah.
that was me, and that's who I was gonna be forever. But
Hmm.
thankfully, the situation worked itself out, and I
Yeah.
was able to, with the help of my grandma, and then eventually, my mom getting in better health, I was able to go back to being myself. And it took a lot
Yeah.
of adjustment and a lot of time. Like I had to, that's when I started getting really into makeup. That's when I started getting into content creation. And
Yeah.
all of those things kind of like helped me to slowly remember, like, no, I am a creative person. I do love to
Yeah.
socialize. I do love to go out, you know. And I think it's just really important to give yourself grace in those moments and understand that, like,
Mhm.
there are going to be times where that is your number one priority and you kind of don't recognize yourself. But if you
Yeah.
truly love yourself and you truly, believe that you deserve to get back to being you, I think you'll
Hmm.
always find yourself and find your way back.
Yeah. And girl, just for y'all to know, that wasn't the only time I lost myself. I lose myself
Right.
probably once a year,
Once a year
sometimes
at
twice.
least. At
Bitch.
least.
Okay, I need a fucking
Yeah.
air tag on myself at this point.
Yeah,
Okay,
girl,
because
for
girl,
real.
it's not a destination. It's a journey. Okay, like I
Absolutely.
lost myself millions of times after that, but guess what? I keep finding myself, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters, right?
girl.
Like as long as you keep rediscovering yourself, you keep honing in on the things that you like, and like
Hmm.
your hobbies and your interests change, and that's okay too.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
just don't lose yourself behind a man or your children. Please
Exactly.
don't. Please
Exactly. And
don't. You're gonna
sometimes
be on your deathbed
discovering
regretting it. Regretting it.
Yeah. Sometimes discovering yourself means also, being open to change. Like
Yeah,
sometimes you'll discover yourself and you realize you are different than who you were before you lost yourself. And that's okay too.
exactly.
Give yourself the space to grow and evolve. And, if there are old hobbies and things that you loved, go back to that if you still love it. But
Yes.
if you don't, it's okay to explore other things too and figure
Yeah.
out who am I now today. Like we're always evolving and growing. And
Yeah.
sometimes discovering yourself and finding out that you got like a new talent or a new hobby, that's fun. I
Exactly.
love
It's
that.
dope. It's fun.
So
And for you
yeah.
girlies out there that love like kid stuff, right? That's what they say.
Yes.
Because like I'm very nostalgic, and it's because just like I didn't have a childhood, like a traditional
Mm-hmm.
childhood, and so now in my 30s, I'm reliving it. And so I love blind boxes, I love dolls, I love plushies, I
Yes.
love that. And even with
Coloring
my kids,
books.
like I love
Yeah.
coloring books, like I love a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things. I think it's called child regression. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't OD and go crazy. I'm not on slides and shit. Chill out.
Right, right.
But I'm saying, like, especially with my kids, like, I get down on the floor, I play with them. When we do go to the park, I go out
Yeah.
there and I run around and chase them, as fast as I can, girl, because it'd be hard, my
Mm-hmm.
back and my knees.
Girl.
It's not because I'm
Right.
fat. Stop thinking fat people
Right.
can't be
Y'all
athletic,
down there
bitch.
hating. I
It's because I
see it.
have
I
a
hear you.
bad knee, ho. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, you can definitely still don't let people bully you into thinking that your hobby is childish or that,
Mm-hmm.
having hobbies as a parent is childish. Oh, you're not that grown. You
No.
shouldn't be having a hobby. What?
That's
Girl,
so dumb.
helps for my mental health. You want me to be able to raise these kids, right?
Right,
Shut the fuck
right,
up and get some goddamn Play-Doh and let's make slime. Like,
right.
what are you
And
talking about?
it's for the children's best interest too.
Yes.
Like, these
Yes.
kids don't want a parent who's gonna be sitting there filing taxes because that's what adults do.
Being serious all
They
the
want
time.
a parent who's
Have
going to play
fun.
with them, get messy, have fun, play
Have
outside,
fun. The Fat Collective check-in for this one is if you had to describe yourself without using the word mom or your job title or
Mm,
your relationship status, right?
mm-hmm,
Who are you?
mm.
I
Give that
know,
a
y'all. I be
second.
coming up
Let
with
it
some heat.
marinate, girl. Let it
Let 'em
marinate.
marinate.
Who are
Let 'em
you?
marinate.
Mm,
No, for real, because I had to ask myself that question too. Like,
yeah.
seriously, when I feel myself slipping back into losing myself, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who are you? Like,
Right.
what? No, you're
Exactly.
not
I
just a
love
mother.
that
You're not just a
question.
girlfriend. You're not just a homeowner. Like, no, you are not just a friend. You are
Yes,
K, fat K, heavy on the
exactly.
fat K. Okay?
Heavy.
Like, what?
I love it. Yeah.
Yes.
Before we get ready to go, you guys know we had to have another fat shout out. So let's get into our POP, and that is Fat on
Yes.
Purpose segment. And we're
Yes.
going to be sharing some beautiful creators that we are just obsessed with. Okay. And we
Yeah.
just got to put them out there because you need to go support them and you need to go follow
Yes.
them. So I'm going to let Kay share hers first.
Yes. And y'all better go and like these people, okay?
Yes, like for real.
Because the way that these freaking apps are suppressing fat creators,
Mm-hmm.
please go out there and especially if you're a fat girl, you need to be following other fat girls that look like you that are living fat on purpose and fat out loud and fat
Yeah.
IRL, okay? because it really does make a difference. When you see it, you will start doing it yourself. I promise you. I promise you
Absolutely.
it works. Okay. All right. So my person that I wanted to shout out today is Deja. I don't know how to say the last
Oh,
ending of her username, so I apologize, Mama. But her name is Deja. Look at Deja. She fine shit,
period.
okay? Period.
Right.
Okay, so two things that really made me love her content. First of all, she's living fat out loud, right? She
Mm-hmm.
does these segments that she has really called songs that make her feel sexy. It's like a series that she has.
Oh,
I think she's
okay.
on like song 200 or something. First of all, her playlist is heat. Okay,
Wow.
music is like a love language to me, so I love that she be putting me on to new sounds and songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then also she does like her full body OOTDs during that time. She just does a little dancey dance. And it's just giving like Sunday, it's just vibing, you're chilling, you got some wine, and you're just at home listening to some records. Like,
Period.
I love that. And
I
then
love
the
that.
the K answer is that she got that ass. Okay,
Oh,
she got that ass on her.
period.
And the thing that
Blessed.
I love is that like I have a high shelf booty. If you don't know what it is, go look at any of my content. Okay, period.
Right.
And hers too. Okay, sorry, girl, to solicit your ass out there, but it's girl, you can see it in everything. Okay, but the top part of my booty is really high and it comes out, but then the bottom part don't really come out a lot. And so I never really see other content creators that have that, and if they do, they don't really show their backside as much because they might be insecure about it. And I love that she's not like she purposely
Yeah.
turns to the side and whines so you can see that
Period.
motherfucker.
As she
Okay. And I
should.
love it. I love it so much. She's an auntie too, so she got that auntie vibe over there going on. And yeah, she's just that bitch. I think she does tarot too for all you tarot reading girlies out there. She's just really that girl. And so make sure you go and support her. Make sure you hype her up in the comments. Let her know that the Fat Collective
Yeah.
sent you, aka on the line with the fat girls.
Period.
What is yours, Maya?
Girl. So mine, I just love her down. I love her down.
Yeah.
So she goes by the username Curves Unleashed on TikTok. And
Okay,
I
username.
actually, right, like period. I love that. I
Yeah.
had connected with her a while ago and we connected like as friends first. And I didn't even know she did social media at the time. And then when I found her page, I was like, girl, like you wasn't gonna tell me about
Yeah.
all this. Like, and she just first of all, she's such a beautiful soul, like so genuine,
Yeah.
so sweet, and I just really love that. And then she posts all types of stuff. She posts cooking. She can cook. She be
Period.
throwing down bad, and I just love it.
Period.
Like so, she'll go on there and she'll do lives where she's cooking. She'll do videos with her cooking. She does workout videos. She's on a wellness journey right now, and so
Yeah.
she's been trying to work out every day. And I just love that for her. And what I really love, and this is for all of us plus size girls out there, she does like low impact. She does seated
Yes.
workouts.
I love
She does
that.
things that don't put a lot of strain on the joints. And I just love that. I love that so much.
Yeah.
And then she also has like a lot of confidence in fashion and
Period.
just being herself on her page. And I just
Yeah.
love that so much. So y'all be sure to follow her because she's just very
Yes.
authentic and genuine. And we're never gonna shout out a girl that we really don't mess with. Okay. We
Yeah.
only
No, that
gonna put
part.
y'all on to the ones that we know
To the
have
best,
good
to the
hearts
premium,
and are
to
the
the top
best of the
tier.
best. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Because who said fat girls can't work out?
That
You in my
part.
business? Don't do that.
Right.
Don't
That
do
part.
that. All
Yeah.
right, y'all. So that concludes our episode for today. I'm a mommy, aka Mamasita, aka Motherhood really
Yes.
changed your girl, okay? And let
Hmm.
us know down in the comments what was your favorite part of today's episode. If there's
Yeah.
anything that you feel like we missed or we should have covered, let us know, okay? Because
Yeah.
we are always taking suggestions down in the comments, all right?
Yep.
But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being on the line with the fat girl.
Yes. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.
Before you hang up.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel because you want to be locked into the fucking content. I know you do. Why would
Yeah.
you want to miss all this fat girl energy? What? Never.
Right.
And also make sure that you put your TikTok, your Instagram, your small business, your X page, whatever it is that you're doing in real life, put it down in the comments
Yes.
below so everybody can mix and mingle and really get to know each other and build community, okay? Because that's what all this is really about over here on the Line Podcast.
And if you haven't already, make sure that you dial into our hotline number because we are currently accepting voicemails and we got some coming out very soon for y'all. So
Oh, we
make sure that
do.
you call in. And if you don't feel comfortable to call in, hit us up in the email because we're willing to
Yes.
connect with
You
you
can
and meet
send
you
a
where you
video
are.
message, you can send a paragraph, whatever you feel
Yes,
comfortable with.
girl.
And let us
Just
know if
reach
we should
out.
shout you out too. Okay? I feel like I need to preference that. Let us
Yeah,
know if we have your consent to shout you out or if you want to remain anonymous, because either way, we're gonna make it do what it do, baby. Okay?
that part. And we
And so
can't
yeah.
wait to see you on the line.
Bye.